It don't matter with Detective Casey. He's off the stand. He's not going back on the stand.
No, but I told you I would recall him. I wanted to take it up outside the presence of the jury.
How do I supposed to know?
So are you withdrawing that, sir?
How am I supposed to know? I think I deserve a chance to rebut what was just said. I think I deserve that much if it's a fair trial.
What information do you want to provide to me about that last exhibit?
About what last exhibit? I'm talking about the audacity of the prosecution to just put that on the record when it's stating it's untrue.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's untrue?
We just heard her talk for 5-10 minutes straight. Now don't nobody know what I'm talking about.
I don't know specifically what you're talking about.
There's a reference made to what I'm supposed to know about the evidence stacking up and this and that, as if that has any bearing on what I still think and what I'm still going to present. It doesn't.
Well, that's not what we're talking about at the moment. I made a ruling on an exhibit.
She's been laughing and making comments under her breath the whole time during the whole trial, and I never said nothing. I don't know what's being said, but I can tell that it's directed towards me. I'm not an idiot.
I haven't made any of those observations,
I didn't
sir.
say
What
you.
I've observed,
I didn't say you, Your Honor.
No. What I've observed is
listen, please.
Go ahead.
For her to sit there and try to play it off as if she's not referencing to me, she must think I'm an idiot. That is very disrespectful to me. I haven't said anything about that until today. She's done it numerous times.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're
laughing under her breath. Her trying to cover up the microphone so they can laugh and hee and key. That they've been doing that the whole time. I didn't say anything about it.
I have not noticed that. What I notice are 3 attorneys who cover up the microphone so that they're not heard when they're conferring with each other about evidentiary issues or about testimony.
So why is it always laughing and giggling?
I haven't noticed that other than the one thing you pointed out.
Well, we have cameras. That's what the cameras are for.
Let's refocus our attention on what we're here for, and that's
this trial.
I take that as. Do you have anything you want to put on the record?
I'm putting it on the record if I get a chance.
No, you need to let me finish. As it relates to the video and my decision to admit it.
She just admitted that she just now came with the exhibit. It was not that she just said. She just made it an exhibit. It was not an exhibit before she made it one.
So do you have some legal basis, sir, for your position? Because I'm
What
not
do I need legal basis for when she just admitted on the record that she just made this exhibit up right now?
That is a complete mischaracterization. Sure, she did not.
That's what. So she wasn't implying that by saying that she could pull anything out of her suitcase.
So that's a figure of speech.
Okay, so what is it implying to? What would that be implying to?
As attorney,
how would anyone in my position?
Because you're not providing me with any legal basis.
I didn't even finish. You told me that I can make the record. I'm attempting to make the record.
Sir, as it relates to the video and my decision to admit it,
I just said that you didn't even let me finish.
You're not letting me finish.
You didn't let me finish either, Your Honor.
Because you're not providing me.
But how do you know I wouldn't get to that if I didn't finish?
You're not providing me with anything from a legal basis for which I would consider changing my mind. So the state's withdrawn their request to play the audio.
Then why play the video at all then?
I've already made a ruling on that. You're questioning the ruling. You're not asking me to reconsider it based on any legal basis.
There should be a legal reconsideration of it.
Then you need to provide me with the legal basis for that, sir.
So I'm supposed to just come off that with off the top of my head?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
You're representing yourself. It's not ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. So I was supposed to already come in here this morning and say, oh, a video is going to be shown off the fly at the drop of a hat. Let me try to find some legal thing to combat. How am I supposed to do that?
The bottom line is you opened the door to the playing of that video.
We're not talking about opening no doors.
And the video was previously provided to you during discovery.
We're not talking about opening no doors. We're talking about being fair.
There's absolutely no prejudice to you.
Your Honor,
in terms of surprise.
With all due respect, if I had done that,
I am going to move on.
If I had done that, it would have been a big thing.
I'm advising you.
Are you asking me?
I'm advising you, sir.
Oh, okay.
I'm advising you to sit down and be quiet. And if you interrupt me again, you are on notice that you will forfeit your right to be present in this trial.
So you're holding me in contempt
Mr. Brooks.
for the entire trial? Did you say the entire trial?
I never said any such thing.
You said for the trial.
Please?
So what do you mean? I'm asking, what do you mean?
Mr. Brooks, you continue to
That is
come
not,
at me.
I don't consent to being called
You
that name.
continue to fight with me.
I'm
You
not
are
fighting
being
with you.
disrespectful.
I'm not fighting with you. I'm not.
I'm
But
going to give you
said I
one
would have
last
the chance to make the
opportunity to
record.
sit down and be quiet so I can make a finding
Are you
as it relates
asking
to
me
other
to do
things.
that? Are you asking me
I don't
to
need
do
to
that?
ask, I'm telling you. Thank you. There were two other issues that came up that I advised the parties I would take up outside the presence of the jury and give, if appropriate, Mr. Brooks the opportunity to ask further questions of Detective Casey. There was questioning by Mr. Brooks about possible testimony and why it had to do with it was in the context of him questioning Detective Casey about speaking with Dawn Woods, his mother, and about a time in August, and there was some reference to his niece and nephew. And I sustained the objection. I wanted to take it up outside the presence of the jury. That's the first issue. The second issue was the questioning of Detective Casey by Mr. Brooks related to the jail search. Do you want the opportunity to question Detective Casey about either one of these two topics, is my first question.
Okay, why was it an issue with me bringing up
Mr. Brooks, I'm only going to ask you one more time, and if you don't answer
if
it
I don't
correctly,
understand,
then
if I don't understand what was the problem in the get-go with the question, how am I supposed to answer it now?
Mr. Brooks, listen to me, please. I'm going to ask this question one more time.
Man,
it calls for a yes or no.
I don't like your tone and the way you're talking to me. I don't.
Mr.
I don't
Brooks,
appreciate it.
Sit down. I don't care if you don't like my tone. You've been
I'm
pushing
not
my
gonna sit
buttons all day throughout this entire
Okay,
trial,
you've been
and
pushing
I
my
have
buttons
showed
too.
the utmost of respect
No,
for
you
you,
haven't.
and I don't
Absolutely
appreciate
not.
you impugning the integrity of this court.
If that's
I
what you want to
don't.
call it, that's fine, but it's
Stop
not accurate.
talking.
What you mean, stop talking?
I need to make a ruling. Okay,
Well,
I'm purposely
let's
not
talk-
putting
let's
you in
talk
the
to-
other courtroom
Let's talk to
now.
each other like adults then.
Mr.
Because
Brooks,
I've never told you to stop talking.
I'm going to ask this question one more time, and if he doesn't answer it, I'll take it as a no. Do you want the opportunity to question Detective Casey regarding either his questioning or meeting up with your mom and your niece and nephew about possible testimony, or the search of your jail cell? Yes or no?
What was the problem with me asking the
All
question
right,
about
he's
the
not
jail
answered
cell?
my question. We'll move on.
I'm trying to understand. If I
All right,
don't
we're gonna take a
understand,
break.
how do
We're
I
in
know?
recess, 15 minutes
How do
from
I
now.
know
Thank you
what I'm
very
supposed
much.
to answer if I don't understand? And I don't agree to a stop.